Welcome back. In the hot sauce today, a conversation that any parent whose children might be involved in sports, you need to hear about this. Now, if the Rutgers controversy, basketball controversy, might have you a little concerned, we've brought in mental health counselor Mary Frances Bear, who's here with some advice. Just before we get to you, just want to recap about this controversy really quickly. Rutgers University fired their head basketball coach, Mike Rice, earlier this week, you might remember, after ESPN broadcast this video, kind of disturbing, you might find it, of him physically and verbally abusing his players. He yelled gay slurs at them, threw basketballs at them. So, Mary, how can parents talk to their children about what's the coach's role in regards to this, criticism? How can parents deal with this and talk to their children to find out what exactly is going on, when they're during practice?
Well, I think it's important for children to understand that, a coach is there to educate you, help you, but there's also going to be criticism at times, and we have to teach kids that they're not always going to tell you you're doing a great job, and to understand that you're not going to hear always good things about your abilities. However, we have to teach our kids it's really important that people sometimes in authoritative roles will abuse their authority and push it too far. And that's what we saw on the video.
I mean, it seems like he pushed it way over the line.
Right.
I mean, but how does a parent sit down with their child and find out if this is going on? Because so many times there's a lot of pressure to not speak out against your team, against your coach.
Well, I think we need to teach them again to respect authority, but understand that, first of all, to be involved in sports, to be there for the games, to be there before or after practice, and listen to our children, know that these people might again abuse their role, and to help them flesh out if that is happening or if they're just coaching them and their kids are hearing something they don't want to hear.
I know I grew up horseback riding competitively, and I've dealt with that too with coaches. You might not think an equestrian leader is a coach, but she is. And my mother oftentimes had to step in, but there were some points when I got embarrassed and I'm like, Mom, you're overstepping your boundaries, I can handle this. So how do parents kind of not overstep the line and really become that quote-unquote helicopter parent and get in where they shouldn't be?
I agree with you, is that sometimes the kids that I work with, even high school athletes or elite athletes, they're scared when you're being yelled at and belittled and treated in a way where someone crosses the line. You're too scared to say anything, and you're dealing with an irrational person. So again, letting the child know that you're listening to them, you believe in them, let's flush it out if it's going too far, and then the parent has to intervene.
And children look up to these coaches, and they were saying like a good coach makes all the difference if you have that role model at an early age.
Right, exactly.
And so it's, who knows what a bad coach could do to somebody.
And that's why you have to be involved and you have to listen to your kids.
Okay, Mary, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great weekend.